Good morning, Americans. This is your favorite alien here on the afternoon of Monday, February 11th, 2024. And today's commentary is on your favorite subject, especially under Joseph Biden: democracy. Is the U.S. a true democracy? Are there any democracies in the world? And although you can look at the internet and they'll say, yeah, there's some kind of democracy here, there's a full democracy and a flawed democracy, just look at the internet and they'll give you all the different regime types, they call it, of democracy. There isn't any democracy in the world. They said, well, the United States is a democracy because its citizens elect representatives for their views. Really? This is the internet talking, people, telling you that the United States is a full democracy because it elects people to put the personal views of the public in the state. And what do we hear around here? You got Donald J. Trump elected as president and then thrown out as president with views of MAGA, cut down Social Security and eliminate it, it's a pain in the neck. Cut down Medicare and eliminate it, it's a pain in the neck. Well, it may be. But are those the views of the people that elected him? Well, they're stupid too, you know. The dumb American people. Yeah. At least that's what the politicians call you guys. And there's party views. And his party, which he has owned now, the Republican Party. Extremist rightist views. Democratic views? No. Extremist rightist views. As he would say, retribution to somebody who doesn't get my point. That sounds like Vladimir Putin, doesn't it? To me it does. And that is one of the fair examples you can use. Now look at the other side. Joseph Biden. Why he's not very liked? Well, he made himself a leftist Democrat. And the Democrats have a bad way of looking at things. We can bring a lot of people here. 2 million a year. At 2 million a year, you're bringing almost a million a month. Wow. And we can still support them. Really? How much can you support them? You're up to 335 million people in your country. Can you support these people that don't bring a thing to the table? And I'm not quoting Trump on this. I'm saying it because they bring their own values. They bring their own agendas and points of view, which messes up what you call democracy. Look at people like Congresswoman Tlaib, Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, AOC, don't forget her. And there's women, people. Imagine if you had men on this. But you do have men on this. You got the crazy guys like Johnson, who runs the Speaker of the House, even McConnell, because he wanted it all to be conservative Republican there. Whatever happened to the people that were conservative and liberal and still got something done because they realized they couldn't go past a certain red line? I'm talking about Ronald Reagan and Tip O'Neill. Yeah. Remember those guys? And the people that run the different states, I mean, look at New Jersey and look at New York. You've had so many governors, you don't even know what has gone here, huh? Governor Cuomo, who got kicked out because he had, I keep making. Yeah. Governor Spitzer, oh boy, what do they call that? Client number 9. Yeah. And the governors in Forsyth and other governors in New Jersey, oh boy, yeah. They got the Stockton curse. Well, see what I mean? Don't forget about Chicago. They got their share of governors too. Oh, and Michigan's got their share of governors. I mean, James Blanchard. Ooh. Milliken made some mistakes, but they were minor compared to governors that came after him. James Blanchard and other governors. Miss Whitmer, well, she's in that category being a Democrat. And that's not saying much because that's only a step better than the Republicans, and they're really awful. But the Democrats, well, they're in oblivion, so the Democrats must be awful. If the Republicans are in oblivion, right? Uh-huh. And you call this democracy. Really? When people govern you with their views, and they tell you, that's the hard part to realize is, oh, I'm voting for them because they're telling me they're going to do this. And they get up there and do their own stuff and then come back to you and said, okay, we'll give you this if you vote for us. And you do, oh, sorry, well, what did I say? I forgot. Yeah, you know. And Mr. McConnell and Donald J. Trump and Mr. Biden are accused of saying, and, oh, I can't go up the stairs. But remember, there was a guy that couldn't do this, and he was much younger than them. Gerald R. Ford, here in Michigan. Oh, boy, poor Mr. Ford. Every time he hit the golf ball, Ford! Or every time he went down U.S. Air Force One, poor Mr. Ford. He was a nice guy who became president by accident, and he tried to do what he could, but he was limited, both being a strange Republican and also by being where he was, poor guy. I got nothing against Mr. Gerald Ford. He just was a poor guy at the wrong time. Oh, yeah, Watergate and Jimmy. Now there's an interesting precedent. 20% interest rates. Yeah. Okay, we wear jeans in the White House. Yeah. Let's go to planes. Oh, yes. Softball, please. Yeah. And the Iranians said, okay, we'll hold the people until you leave office. And as soon as Ronald Reagan took the oath, 444 days of holding Americans ceased to exist. So see, Americans, there is no such thing as democracy. Can you imagine if you had a full democracy? The chaos would be a worse chaos than you got with Donald J. Trump with his democracy. Or Joseph Biden in his form of democracy. Even Ronald Reagan in his form of democracy. Because there is no such thing as democracy. You are a federal republic, and boy, you just don't know how to govern yourselves. You never learned that. That's the part that was President Jefferson's half a loaf. That you never understood or comprehended what he meant by that. You are therefore looking at a precipice. Are you going to be as in Russia and China or Iran? You're going to be a religious authoritarian country, or are you going to be a political authoritarian country as in the communist Chinese, or are you going to be a power-hungry man country as in Vladimir Putin in Russia? Reminds me of the good old guy from Georgia, no less. Oh, yeah. Joseph Stalin. Are you going to be like him? Well, he must be on this the parade of Mr. Trump there. He likes Vladimir Putin, so he must really love Joseph Stalin. Or are you going to be on the craziness of Adolf Hitler? He's in the same category. He just went a little bit farther than the other guys. He went as far as Caligula did on doing the Romans. Nero didn't get that far. Commodus tried to get that far, but they him in a hurry over there. Yeah. And who did they put in there after they killed Caligula? Yeah, remember? They went over there and got Claudius, and he was in this room in the corner like, no, guys, I don't want this. No. And then his wife, the mother of his son, according to the records, Nero, Agrippina! Well, she kind of old Claudius, didn't she? Because she wanted Nero to have the place. And what did Nero do? Her. And this is the type of government that you got here in America. Is that what you want, Americans? You wanted that. Why did you annihilate the Germans? Really? Why did you bomb the heck out of the Japanese? If you wanted that, then have it. But don't do what you're doing here. This is your favorite alien saying, what the hell do you want? Good day.